The Federal Courts. Article 3 of the Constitution sets up the Supreme Court. It also gives Congress the power to create inferior courts. So today we have some constitutional courts and we have some legislative courts. The constitutional courts are more independent from Congress. Congress has much more control over the legislative courts, like removing judges from office or changing salaries. The layers of federal court. Ooh, layers are a good thing. The bottom, we have the U.S. District Courts, then the U.S. Court of Appeals, and on top, the Supreme Court. Alright, let's take a look at the state of California. You can see it has 4 zones within it. That means California has 4 district courts. Nevada, Oregon, Arizona, they have 1 district court for their whole state. If you go across the U.S., there's 94 district courts. This map is showing you the different circuits for the U.S. Court of Appeals. There's actually 13. There's 2 in Washington, D.C. that you can't see from this map. Jurisdiction is the right to hear a case. The U.S. District Courts has original jurisdiction in that the first time a case is heard in federal court, it is heard in one of these 94 courts. The U.S. Court of Appeals has appellate jurisdiction, which means the case is not heard for the first time, but it's heard on appeal. The Supreme Court has both original jurisdiction and appellate jurisdiction. There's like 4 reasons that a case would go directly to the Supreme Court. Generally speaking, it would involve the U.S. as a whole, other states, or somehow like some foreign diplomats. Sometimes the Supreme Court will take cases from state courts if they think there's a constitutional issue involved in the case. Ew, you're so boring. What are you talking about? I'm falling asleep. You're totally boring, your video is boring, and I'm suing you in federal court. It's not against federal law to be boring. You can't do that. Yes, I can. I filed it under the fact that you're kidnapping my soul and being really boring with it, and I'm gonna die. This is complete nonsense. Soon after, in a U.S. District Court. Today's case, Ooh Girl v. Meenan. She says he's boring and he's kidnapping her soul. He says that's not even a law. How do you plead, Meenan? I didn't do nothing. The verdict is in. You're guilty. No! Why do bad things happen to good-looking people? I know. I'll file an appeal. A few days later in the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. Today, we're reviewing a case from a U.S. court. Ooh Girl v. Meenan. Meenan says he was treated unfairly in the first case, and that he's punished for things that aren't even laws. Why should we overturn this case, Meenan? Because you can't kidnap a soul, Your Honor. I mean, what are you, an idiot? It's obvious. The verdict is in. Guilty. This court's out of order. The whole system's out of order. You know what? I'm gonna file an appeal to the Supreme Court.